What's up? Welcome back. On the agenda for today, how to get good at the bass guitar. Short answer, practice. Long answer, before we get started, if you guys hit the like button and the subscribe button, good fortune will come your way. Like and subscribe for 100 years of good luck. So when you're talking about practice, I like to separate it into two distinct skill sets that I call the mechanical and the conceptual. The mechanical refers to what your fingers are doing. Like, how do I physically play the notes on the instrument? The conceptual, on the other hand, is more of what notes do I play and when. And I find these two things are two very different skills and should be practiced separately. And then putting the pieces together becomes a hell of a lot easier once you've mastered both of these individual skills. When you're practicing, I find it's important to practice smart. I've met a lot of really talented musicians whose their entire practice routine is just running up and down the major scale. I think that you already know how to do that. And once you've done it enough, it's not something that you're going to forget. So repeating these same practices and same exercises isn't going to get you anywhere. It's important, I believe, to evolve your practice. While you grow as a musician, the way you practice and the things you practice, all the way down to the warm-up exercises, should grow with you. Which brings me to the main point of this video and something I find invaluable. I tell this to all my students: create your own exercises. The benefits of this are a deeper understanding of the way your instrument works. You're making something and developing your own way of doing things on the instrument. And everybody understands your instrument differently. I don't care what instrument it is, whether it be bass, guitar, fucking trumpet. Everybody figures it out their own way, and creating your own exercises is a great place to start building that foundation of, I know where I am on my instrument at all times. So you may be asking yourself, how do I begin creating my own exercises? They can be as simple as you want them to be. Let's take a very basic example here of just simply no theory involved, not even a scale. One finger per fret and going like this. You've just created your own exercise. Even simple ideas like that have value. You'll find that the more you grow, the more you learn, the more complicated these patterns in your exercises are going to be. The second thing that I think is very beneficial is you get to do with them what you will. Let's go back to our simple example here of one finger per fret on all the strings. You could then take that and say, okay, I fundamentally understand what that is, and now I can move it to wherever I want and manipulate it. Maybe I'll do it backwards. Maybe I'll do it like upside down. Right? Once you've created something yourself, it puts you in more of a position to be able to play with it. And through that playing with it, you'll find different ideas and different things that you would not have otherwise found. With all that out of the way, I'm going to go through 3 exercises that I've created that helped me a lot in my playing, and I hope they'll do the same for you. The first one, it's just all the diatonic arpeggios in the key of G. So that's all on one string. Here's a more efficient way of doing it using all 4 bass strings. The second exercise that I want to give to you is going to be a root pedal moment in the key of D. So essentially what this exercise is, you're always going to be pedaling the note D, and you're going to be playing whatever diatonic scale you want on the 5. So starting in this case on A, on the 12th fret of the A string. The concept I have in mind for this exercise is to let that D ring out. This one is more about control and precision rather than speed. could change this exercise however you want. I'm using a Dorian. However, you could do a Mixolydian if you wanted. You could do a Lydian. Let's try one with a Phrygian. The third exercise that I'm going to give you is what I call a finger buster. This one is more of just a pattern. There's no theory ideas like the other two. This is more akin to the example we looked at earlier. But it's a mouthful, so prepare yourself. So I like to think of the pattern of this scale. So picture there was a box drawn around the 9th fret and the 12th fret right here. So like this area would be your box. I'm thinking about this, and it's okay if this doesn't make sense. It's my own weird way of thinking about it, as there being like, if this box was a grid, there's just diagonal lines being drawn along the grid, and you're following those lines. So for example, the first line would just hit the corner, and then the second line would come down and hit those, and then the third one, and then the fourth one, and then the fifth one, all the way to the end, and then you do it backwards. And then you repeat that same pattern. Instead of the lines coming from this corner, they're coming from this corner out here. And then you do that one backwards. And you can start, once again, you can manipulate this however you want. If you have a 5-string bass, you could do 5 lines. If you have a 6-string, you could do 6 lines. You could start it from the other corners. You could reverse them. You could expand the frets, so you could do one every 2 frets. Oh, that's hard. Wait, what? Holy shit. You can add a gap between each fret. So instead of picture the same box, except there'd be a gap between each thing. Jesus. That actually sounds really cool. Oh, I might have to use that. That's nice. But okay, actually, that's a really good example. Like, okay, literally, I just discovered that. That's what happens when you create your own exercises, right? Like, I created this one a long time ago, and I'm like, oh, wait, how do I manipulate that? I got this cool sound that I would not have gotten otherwise. That's really cool. Same thing can happen to you if you create your own exercises. If you guys are interested in any of the lessons, all of the tabs are available for free on my website. All you have to do is sign up with your email, and the link is down below in the description. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button. We're trying to build this thing up and see some growth in the next couple months, and your support means the world. And leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite exercise is. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.